Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you our new salon system. First off, I'm going to show you our scheduling page. So this is what the page will look like. It's a calendar view with the time on the left hand side and the technicians on the top. From here you'll be able to see all the upcoming appointments that they have, any completed orders that they've done, and whenever they're in whatever order they're in progress for or in service for. And that is color coded depending on what it is. So if it's a pending order, it'll look orange. Let me create a ticket right now to show you how that would look. So let's say a reservation. She wants to do a 10 o'clock with a dip, and then whoever's available, let's say Mindy, and then you click save, and then it'll be a pending order, and then you just go ahead and confirm it, and then once the customer is there, you can start the service, and then it'll turn blue for in progress, and then from there you'll be able to track how long they've been in service. When you go on the left sidebar, you can open that, and then you can see how long they've been in service for in here. And then you can also create it so that each service, like, you expect them to be done at like in 20 minutes, or the service will usually take 40 minutes, and so forth. You can set up that time frame for each service, and it'll block off on the calendar like so. So for this service, it's usually like an hour, so it'll block off an hour whenever it's shown on here. For confirmed appointments, it'll look like this, and then once they've arrived for their appointment, you can go ahead and start the service like so. And then from here, if the service is taking longer than usual, you'll also be able to add time. So let's say this one's taking longer, so you just go ahead and click the plus bar, and then it'll extend that time for them. So it'll block off the schedule so you can visually see it, and it will block off if people are trying to make an appointment online. So that's the main page. The sidebar will list out each person's service and then the total amount of the service with their tip included. And then you'll be able to see how many customers they've taken care of. On the top right, we have the function to sell gift cards here. We have a place where you can see all the pending orders. In this view, we have their commission report for each technician, so you can go and see how much they've earned, and then you can print that out for them. Then we also have the staff rotation management tool, which is here. This is where nail salons are usually used to fairly distribute who takes care of who, and it goes from like whoever clocks in first. So Leo clocked in first, then Tina, and then it'll go in that order. And then whenever they've taken care of a customer, it'll be listed out here with the total amount of the service. Like Leo has completed 3 turns, Tina has completed 2, this one got canceled. Usually there's a function to hide this, but right now it's shown, but it's also color coded, so you can figure it out that way. Minnie has taken 3 turns. Mary has only has 1 customer because maybe it took longer than expected. So if she were to finish in time and then a customer comes in, then it will be her turn. So that's like the logic of how the turn tool works. And usually nail salons, they like handwrite it on a piece of paper, this rotation system. So it's nice to have this feature for them already on their system. And then we also have a walk-in list or a waiting list. So for this is where all customers that check in on the screen, they will show up here. Let me jump over to that screen. It'll look like this. They come in, they put their phone number, then they can either check in only if they don't know what service they want to do, or they can click select service, and then it'll list out all the available services we have. But let's say we were to check in only, and then check in. So it'll show that screen, and then they can go and figure out what service they want, check out the colors if you like open that tab here, or it'll show up under any available column. And then from here you can click on that, and once they've decided what service they want, you can go ahead and put that in for them. Whenever you click a service, it'll show who's available at that time. So let's say Mary, because it says Tina's busy. It'll block off the schedule based on how much time they have in their service. So let's say Mary, regular pedicure. From here you can also add tags, like customer tags. So let's say that they're a special customer, so you add a tag that like they're VIP. It'll show up under Mary's column, and then it'll say pending. Once they're ready to start their service, you can go ahead and start that. And then we also have a function to combine tickets, because people usually like to pay for multiple people. So you can go in and link, let's say link this customer to this customer, and then it'll show up as like Mindy and Mary are the technicians that taking care of them. It'll show up there. You can go and click pay, and then both services will be listed in the total. You can also add tip on this screen, or you can go and add it for specific technicians. So let's say we want Mindy to get $10. We click save. And then we want Mary to get we want Mary to get $12. Click save. And then you can click on either tickets. You go ahead and pay, and then it'll reflect on the end screen for that. We also have the clock in feature for the technicians to clock in, and then it will reorder this lineup depending on who clocks in first. So like Leo clocked in here, then Tina, and so forth. And I'm gonna go ahead and jump over to how online reservations look. For online, this is what the customers will see. It'll be like the same screen as like the check-in page, so they can look at the services, what they want to do, and then they can go and they can either choose whoever's available, or they know like who they want. So let's say they want Mary, and they want like 4 o'clock, she's available. They take that, and then they put in their phone number, and then they book that appointment, and then it'll say it's confirmed. But whenever you go back to the scheduling page, it was for the following day, and it should pop up here. And then the receptionist or the owner can confirm that appointment, adjust it however they like. Let's say they usually take longer than 30 minutes. They'll go ahead and save that and then confirm it. And that's how you confirm reservations. I'm going to jump over to the back office to show you a little bit more of how customizable we can get. So this is our back office. You're going to go ahead and go to apps, and we're going to go to salon setting. And then from here you can toggle on and off if you want to see certain features or buttons. So you can make it so whenever the ticket is created, it'll automatically start, so you don't have to go in and click start service. Other things, we have the waiting list function, the ability to link tickets, and turning on the turn tool, the commission report. Hide, this is where you can hide completed orders or canceled orders. And we also have SMS notification. Whenever customers create their appointment, you can send an automated message to say that it has been created, or a reminder like 24 hours prior to their reservation, and other stuff you can go in and do. Then custom tags, you can create tags for people. Like let's say they want them to be more gentle or whatnot. You just write a tag there, and then you can add it to the customer so you're aware of it. And then you can also change the status colors of everything to best fit your needs, and then change the appearance of everything. Then you click save, and then it'll update automatically to the reservations. And then in the back office, you can also create profiles for each technician and adjust accordingly. So it'll list out all your technicians here. You can add a technician, and then whenever you add them, You'll also have to add like what services they can do and then their schedule. And then you can adjust what type of service she's done. You can adjust the commission rate, and then you can go in one by one, by percentage, or by dollar amount, or you can go ahead and do this and then apply to all. And then you can also adjust your schedule here. And then for reporting at the end of the day, we have commission report, which is just a straightforward summary of what each person did, how much they've earned, and then their tips. And that's all from me. Thank you so much for listening. And then please feel free to reach out to anyone from the sales team or the marketing team if you have any further questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.